At this time, I would call the April meeting of the MSD of North Posey Board of Education to order. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Swindle, if you could read our vision, mission, core beliefs, and high priorities.
North Posey, our vision, we inspire all students to achieve their potential for learning and life in a safe and supportive environment. Our mission, we partner with our community to create a dynamic and innovative educational experience, empowering students to become educated, productive, and responsible citizens. Our core beliefs, we believe our community is vital to our educational success. Everyone is valued and treated with respect, and always telling the truth, an educational opportunity for all. Student-centered programs challenging and inspiring learning in the pursuit of excellence through a strong sense of pride. Our high priorities, enhancing the student experience, investing in teachers and administrators, fostering strong relationships among all, and maximizing resources.
And now on to the minutes, claim docket, and consent items. And Mr. Slagle, if you wouldn't mind reading through the consent.
So we have our minutes, so sorry.
The very second, go to the second page of the book.
Right.
Well, it starts at the bottom of the first page.
Okay, so minutes from the previous meeting on March 11th. Our claim docket for the period of March 11th, 2024 to April 10th, 2024. The following FMLA and personal leave requests. Kathy Veek, 5 leave days from April 29th to May 3rd. The following resignations and retirements for the 23-24 school year. We have a teacher from South Terrace that will be effective June 30th. We have the resignation of our girls' head basketball coach from North Posey High School. Our resignation of our head wrestling coach from North Posey High School. And resignation of assistant athletic director and girls' assistant basketball coach. The following hiring and transfer requests for 23-24 school year would be to hire Matt Utley as our website designer for the remainder of the school year. Morgan Daly as our hire as a class of 2026 sponsor. Hire Chad Hone, And then the following overnight and out-of-state field trips, Academic Bowl State Finals at Purdue, May 3rd and 4th. And our Business Professional Association National Conference, May 10th through 14th in Chicago.
Need a motion to approve the consent. Are we going to add the interims as well
In the consent.
in the consent?
Then at this time, we'd like to add that we have 2 interim positions hired at this time. Chad Hone for the wrestling coach for the interim position, and Waylon Shank for the girls basketball coach interim position.
And those positions will be posted then.
And then those job positions will be posted this week.
Thank you. Need a motion to approve the consent.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on these? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. And new business, and Mr. Slagle, I will let you.
Sure. Our new business, just changed it there. We're going to recommend the board revise our high priorities to state investing in administrators and staff instead of investing in teachers and administrators. This way we feel like we're more inclusive of everyone.
Looking for a motion to approve that change.
I make a motion, we approve the change to administrators and staff.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Also, Mr. Salt.
Sorry, as I adding Dr. Walden to our meeting here. So we're going to present for consideration the resolution authorizing a 1003 flexibility waiver for our calendar. These will allow us to use instructional minutes for meeting the state standard instead of 180 days.
Looking for a motion to approve the flexibility waiver.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution authorizing the flexibility waiver.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion on that? And do you care to explain that just a little bit?
Absolutely. Because North Posey School Corporation is in great standing academically, the state gives us the opportunity to elect to add our number of minutes to meet their standard for attending school. I'm gonna mute myself. And then that way we don't have to hit the 180 days of attendance. This allows us to do 2-hour delays or professional days with our teachers to review data produced by the students through our iReady test, or our iLearn, our iRead, our test. Also working with small groups or doing professional development that might be in a school improvement plan.
Thank you. Any other discussion on that? Okay. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
And I will need you and Lindsay to sign that document afterwards because we need to present that to the state.
Okay.
Next, we have from Food Services, Stacy Smith, our food director, was asking to purchase 6 computers for the cafeteria. These computers will be used for checking in.
Registers, this is at the high school. It'll be used for all the registers. The computers we're using now are, we think, at least 7 years old, and they're starting to run pretty slow, and they won't update on some things. And then we're also asking to replace the one in my office.
Your letter says south.
Okay, yeah.
3 at the high
Yeah,
school.
okay, sorry. I wrote that a while ago. A lot's happened. But yeah, that'll be all the registers in the food service then. Sherry suggested that we get it on like a 5-year rotation. She said they really need to be updated about every 5 years. That's one reason why we went with, like I said, they've been around a while.
Is this just like a regular laptop computer, or is it?
It's actually will be like a desktop.
Okay.
Because our system that we run the register through, we tried it on a Chromebook, and the Chromebook just doesn't have enough to keep it going fast enough to keep the kids going through.
I remember seeing it. It wasn't a Chromebook or
Right,
whatever, but
right.
I wouldn't know the difference between one and the other.
No, I tried the Chromebook on breakfast once, and it didn't work well.
Is this something that Sherry will have on a asset management or some kind of system that will,
It'll be considered equipment, so we'll have tags on, I'm sure.
okay. And then she'll be, I guess, reminded that it's up for replacement every 5 years, or?
I think we didn't really discuss how that'll go. She just told me that she suggests that it be a 5-year rotation on them. We might be able to go to where, like at 5 years, we see where they are, and if we can, we'll do maybe a couple instead of doing all 6 at one time again.
Right.
To make it a little bit easier transition on that.
Looking for a motion to approve this request.
I'll make a motion to approve the request to purchase 6 new computers.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion on this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
All right. Dr. Walton is joining us virtually today. Talking to the school board about the students section of the Neola policy. No actions required this evening.
Yeah, so this is just a first read. Everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just a first read on that student section. We just did one section this time because it's a beast of a section. And it's obviously, they're all important, but this is concerning our students. So please take some time to look through those. If you have feedback, we can do that now. I can make some notes. Or you can also, you're able to email or comment in our Neola policies spreadsheet as well.
Tell her I've got that up if she wanted to talk about it.
Amy said it's up on the board here if you're wanting to talk about it at all.
Okay, so yeah, and just a reminder, this is in our packet or in our shared folder. All of the different sections are on the bottom of that file. And if you go to the 5,000 student section, down the left-hand side are all the policy numbers and their titles. And then in the comments section are any comments I've received already. And also on the additional notes section are any updates that have already processed through Neola. I will make one note. I just received this week, and I have not had a chance to look through it yet. A new update just from this legislative session, which I believe will likely have some information on that communication devices, student use of communication devices, which is the 5136. And I had put the note in there that the Senate bill had just passed and that we should wait until Neola gives us that suggested policy, and then we can edit it from there. So I will get that in there yet this week if it's in that packet.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. We're going to request the corporation to advertise for our banking services for our extracurricular accounts. So the need here is extracurricular accounts. Money's coming into a building, they're supposed to be deposited daily. And since Fifth Third moved out of the area, people are having to drive into the west side or the north side of Evansville to make deposits. And so with our extracurricular accounts, we're wanting to find a local institution that can take care of that for us.
Looking for a motion to approve this request.
I make a motion, we advertise to the banking services for our ECA account.
I'll second.
She didn't.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion on this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
All right. So now we're looking at a request for proposal for food service management, pending approval, which we did receive approval today from the IDOE for our proposal for food management services. And Stacy's here if you have any questions.
I'm gonna look for a motion and a second, and then we'll go on to the discussion on it.
Okay, well, I'll move that we advertise an RFP for our food service manager.
Second,
I'll second it.
okay, on to discussion. I do have a question on if these are accepted through May 15th. I know that runs past our next board meeting. Is there any way that we can get an update on where things are at our May meetings so we don't push it all off to June?
Absolutely. Looking at our past RFP that we used, we're just trying to go on the same type of timeline as far as advertising, having so much time then, but we can definitely keep the board up to date on things.
We could send, because we'll put a packet together with like who bid, and there's always a thing, and we could send that out to.
That's what I was wondering, if
yeah,
we could see
send
that for the May meeting.
It would
just so we
it
have
wouldn't be
more
at the
time.
May meeting because we
But
wouldn't get it until
sometime
May
between
15th.
there, okay,
It would have to be after the May 15th opening.
yeah. So-
And then we could put a packet together and put
We
it
would
out there for you to
until-
look at it between, the
Till
May
that
and the
day.
June
Yeah, the
meeting.
It's a closed bid until May.
Until May
15th.
15th. But then it will be available from May 15th until whenever our June meeting is.
Yes. Do we know that we've received packets?
But we haven't
When-
advertised
We
yet.
haven't advertised yet.
No. I guess I'm saying when, can we know when somebody submits a packet, if they submit before the May 15th, can we know that?
I can tell you that we received an envelope, but we're
Right.
not allowed to open the envelope until the May 15th meeting.
So,
Do we expect to have more than
Yes.
one?
yes,
Yeah.
we did last time, at least.
As far as this RFP, were you pretty involved in writing this?
Yes. Actually, I was the one who did most of all of it. And then I had a couple meetings with, Dr. Walden and Mr. Sladen.
Anybody else have anything? Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Mr. Slade.
Okay, was looking into some advertising, we talked about this before, just contacted Lamar Advertising. They have a small billboard just outside of 66. And I think currently the Yellow Tavern's on that. And we'd like to rent that space from them. Make sure that we have North Posey on there and rolling. It's not a large board. The cost isn't great. I think we have to maintain it for 6 months. It's a year contract, but after 6 months, then we can go ahead and sever our ties with them if we want to stop it at that point in time. But I think for traffic coming, heading west on 66 during the summer and everything else would be, a great spot for people to see that, get the sign. We're also working on a online enrollment feature that we want to make sure that we list on there so that folks can enroll during the summer on that.
Looking for a motion to approve the advertising.
I make a motion, we advertise with Lamar from starting on May 20th for the next year, North Posey Schools.
Okay, second.
One second.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, what fund is that to come from?
That would come from our education fund at this time.
Operations.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. Michelle, I can't believe you didn't jump in there and save me on that one. We have advertising budget and ESSER 3, correct?
Yes, we do. I almost did, but I thought maybe you changed your mind and I didn't want to interrupt.
I appreciate that.
ESSER 3 funds.
How long are we gonna have ESSER funds?
Until they run out in September.
September 30th is the encumbered date. We have till December 15th to spend them out, but we have to be completely encumbered by September 30th.
And the artwork on this, are we working with Casey to,
We're not.
So about that,
I've asked Sean and an art teacher at the high school to see if we can have some students come up with some things.
sounds good?
Anything else on that?
What's encumbered mean? It means they have to do.
We have to say the money spent is going for
Going
this
for
purpose.
something, okay.
So typically, Larry, that might be, we have a purchase order on file, or, like if it's a staff member's salary or something, then we've already encumbered it. We've already approved it in a board meeting, something has planned that we've approved, these dollars to be spent.
That wasn't one of our vocabulary words back in the 60s.
I had to learn it too.
Anything else on that? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Mr. Slagle.
All right, Sean Fisher at the high school would like to recommend some new courses. Civil construction fundamentals, advanced civil construction Principal of Education and Child and Adolescent Development, Teaching and Learning, and Digital Media.
Looking for a motion to approve these courses.
I'll make a motion that we approve the added courses.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on this?
Yes, could you give me a little bit of an idea where and what these courses are, who's teaching them?
Larry, I can talk to you about the Principal of Education and Child Adolescent Development is for our students who are kind of doing the education pathway.
Education thing, yeah.
Michelle?
Is that taught by Carrie?
Mrs. Schmidt, yes, teaches the first. Mrs. Angel will be teaching the second of that pathway as we bring it on next semester or next fall. I don't know, we don't know the following fall who will be doing the third course yet. So this will allow us to go ahead and approve all the courses in that sequence, so we're ready for it.
Those all three are in one sequence then?
Yes, that Principals of Education.
Principals of Education, Child and Adolescent, and Teaching and Learning. Okay, I understand it a little bit better then. I thought we were gonna have all those classes next fall. That's, okay.
Well, we started the Principals of Education this fall. We couldn't find in a board meeting where we had officially approved that, so we wanted to go ahead and make sure that, has been officially approved as a course. And so when Mr. Fisher and I spoke, we said, let's just go ahead and put the whole pathway so we don't have to remember to come back, because that's our plan, is to build this pathway for us. And then the same with the civil construction, fundamentals, advanced civil construction. That is a new pathway that we're onboarding in the fall. So that first civil construction fundamentals will come on, but then the advanced would be the year following. But we're asking just to go ahead and approve that pathway sequence.
And that's in Mr. Wallace's?
Yes.
A little bit more involved in shop 1 and shop 2 then.
Yeah, actually, the students will be able to work towards a credential. And I know Mr. Wallace has been working with some of the union representatives as well to be able to try to get them some free apprenticeship credentials to be able to really come out with a really nice paying wage and right into apprentice programs.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right.
Okay, so we have a motion by Mr. Schmidt, and a second by Mrs. Niding. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. And Dr. Walton.
Okay, so next we have our textbook adoption. This year we are reviewing miscellaneous curriculum. So this is going to be like art, music, these CTE, career and technical education pathways. So business, education, all those pathways that we talk about. That's the content for this year. I went ahead and put in the letter that cycle so that you would have it if you ever wanted to go back and review of like what's coming up next year. So that you would have that. We changed the process a little bit this year for that kind of what you're seeing, because last year we got some feedback from the board that it felt too fast, we didn't have enough information, and you wanted some more time to review the materials. So we're bringing it to you this month with all the materials. So with each request for adoption, you'll have 2 sets of documents. One is their evaluation rubric. So this evaluation rubric is somewhat standardized. We've gone through and said, this is the criteria, that these are the types of criteria you need to include in your evaluation of the content of the curriculum you're looking for. But we also provided flexibility within that evaluation rubric, because reviewing an art curriculum isn't going to look the same as reviewing a math curriculum or education curriculum. There's going to be different questions that committee is going to want to ask about that curriculum, right? So we gave some flexibility within that rubric as well to say, okay, what are the key questions this team is looking for when they're looking at the different types of materials that are available. So you can see that rubric that the team created. You can see their answers to those questions. That's one document, that evaluation form. And then the second document that's available in your packet is their actual request. And so that'll show you who was on the team. It'll show you the content that they're requesting by student, cost, and a link back to that evaluation form as well. We tried to consolidate it and make it organized. And so that's where you can kind of see in the spreadsheet, it's probably a little easier to click and go straight to the documents. But I did go ahead and we scanned that packet all as one too, if that's a little easier for you. But this is a read only and ask questions and kind of seek some feedback right now. These will be available for review for the next month, and then you guys will vote on it next month.
It is very organized. Thank you for that.
Yes, yes.
You're welcome.
Anyone have anything on that tonight?
No,
No.
I appreciated all that work.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Slade.
We have professional leaves request here. We have two elementary teachers, Tracy Foley and Gailey Kissel, who are wanting to do a training here at North Elementary School on diffusing disruptive behavior. Just a sub-cost for that, and that's being paid through a special ed grant. Nathan Brandel from the high school is wanting to go to Indiana Ignite Manufacturing Summit in Jeffersonville, Indiana. And Christopher Barker from the junior high, going to the athletic director meeting in Huntingburg.
Thank you. Looking for a motion to approve professional leave.
I'll make a motion to approve the professional leave request.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Mr. Slater.
All right. So a few other professional leave requests. We have Dr. Walden. She is up in Plainfield this evening at a title conference. So that's just going to really require the use of the van and then hotel costs there. And that's coming out of ESSER 3. Mr. Wallace from the high school, going to go up to Indianapolis to take some traffic control classes. Be $600 plus the sub cost from the education fund. And then we have Jamie Bender, Amanda Lynn, Amy Moats, Lottie Rankin, myself, and Dr. Walden going to French Lake for the IASBO conference, their annual conference. They have it, one is down here, then the next one's usually in Fort Wayne. So my understanding is we skip every other year. And the cost of that would be $4,350 plus the van use, and that'll be paid from the operation fund.
Looking for a motion to approve these professional leave requests.
I'll make a motion to approve the professional leave requests.
Second,
I'll second.
any discussion on these? Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Okay, reports and information.
The good news, if you look in the hallway here, come down the hallway, you see artwork from changed over from last time with art from our high school students, our junior high students, and elementary students. We also have then our letter from that was sent out last week with our good news information on there. We had our STEM fair at the high school. Great experience there. Talking to some of the high school kids with the robotics, and even the one that wasn't working stayed very positive, and was really excited about the work. You can see that our teachers worked a lot with our students, creating the presentations to make sure that it was good work, and they was even recognized. A lot of them were recognized at the USI Science Fair and had ribbons attached accordingly. Here, just this past Monday, we had a great turnout with our Eclipse Day. Heard several positive comments throughout our community, and thinking that the town did a great job just pulling in even folks from outside our area, outside the state, coming in to participate here.
Now, our kids, that was just a day off. They did not do e-learning that day.
There was not virtual work that day,
There was
correct?
no virtual work at all, okay.
There were quite a few of them helping out in various
Yeah,
capacities.
and that's good. I think that's great. I was just wondering because I heard a lot of complaints about St. Wendell having virtual day that day.
Well, hopefully everybody got to experience the day. And definitely, obviously, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for us to partake in that. As far as information, the regional meeting then will be in Jasper on April 30th, and that's in the evening. Yeah, I think, Greg, you're talking about that's usually the one where they go through a lot of the legislation.
All right, thank you. And does anybody else have anything for the good of the cause? If not, our next regular meeting will be Monday, May 13th, and that will be here. And I will be looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
And as is tradition, we are now adjourned.
Amy, you have me signed up for